Hello everyone, we're here to discuss an interesting topic about agony and ecstasy. Let's begin. This is our team. The first team is the PPT team. The members are Adityan, Atik, Govardhanan, Kamalnath, Naveed Ahmed, Oshni, Rajin, Rajul Muhammad, CB Balan, Vinka Dattati. The second team is the voiceover team. The members are Himashi Pavitra, Keith, Vanessa, Ramya, Vidya, Navis, Ashwita, Safa Isha, Tejas Buni, Sai Arti Bai. The third team is the roleplay team. The members are Akash, Niti, Jamrish, Dodun, Barsha, Bharat, Roshni, Amish, Kavya Zaba. Drugs. Drugs take you to hell disguised as heaven. The use of drugs has been a pervasive aspect of human societies throughout history. While some substances have been used for medicinal purpose, others have led to widespread social and health challenges. Depressants. It slows down the message traveling between the brain and the body. They can reduce arousal and stimulation, making a person feel relaxed or drowsy. Stimulant. They are a class of drugs that speed up message traveling between the brain and the body. They can make a person feel more awake, alert, confident, or energetic. Psychedelics. It affects all the senses, altering a person's thinking, sense of time, and emotions. They can also cause a person to hallucinate, seeing or hearing things that do not excite or are distorted. Aftermath, health consequences, addiction, social impact, legal consequences, economic burden, educational impact, overdose risk, mental health impact. Lysergic acid dimethylamide. Domestic commonly known as lysergic acid dimethylamide, a powerful hallucinogen drug. It alters perception, mood, and various cognitive processes. Chemical composition. LSD is a synthetic psychedelic compound derived from ergot fungus. Hallucinogenic effects. It's known for its powerful hallucinogenic effects, altering perception, thoughts, and feelings. Users often experience vivid and intense sensory distortions. Dosage sensitivity. LSD is potent with effects seen at microgram levels. The dosage must be carefully controlled, as even a small amount can lead to strong effects. Duration of effects. The effects of LSD typically last 6 to 12 hours, but individual experience may vary. The onset is usually within 30 to 60 minutes after ingestion. Cocaine is a powerful stimulant drug that comes from the leaves of the coca plant. It is known for its stimulating effects on the central nervous system, often resulting in increased energy, alertness, and euphoria. Health risks. Long-term cocaine use is associated with serious health risks including damage to the heart, lungs, and neurological system. Withdrawal symptoms. Abrupt cessation of cocaine use can lead to withdrawal symptoms such as fatigue, depression, increased appetite, and intense cravings. Legal status. Cocaine is classified as Schedule 2 controlled substance in many countries due to its high abuse potential and associated health risks. Medical uses. Cocaine hydrochloride has limited medical applications primarily as a local anesthetic for certain medical procedures. Let us discuss about marijuana. Marijuana is a green-brown or grey mixture of dried, studded leaves, stems, seeds, and flowers of the cannabis plant. Marijuana contains more than 400 chemicals. Buds have higher THC content. The main active chemical in marijuana, delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol, main psychoactive, mind-altering chemical in marijuana. It is usually smoked as a cigarette, that is, joint, a cigar, that is blend or through a water pipe or bomb. Marijuana can also be orally ingested, that is baked into food or boiled in water to make tea or pill form in the case of marijuana. Marijuana can be heated with a liquid until the active ingredient turns into vapor which can be inhaled, can be laced with or combined with other drugs such as PCP. Slang or street names of marijuana. Pot, ganja, hemp, weed, marijuana, grass, chronic, reefer, skunk, boom, gangster, and more than 200. Next topic is heroin. Heroin is an illegal, highly addictive drug. It is made from morphine which comes from certain poppies. Pure heroin is white and has a bitter taste. Street heroin is usually cut with other substance and can be brown, rose, grey, or black. Heroin is prepared by treating morphine with acetyl chloride or acetic anhydride. It is a simple reaction and the yields are generally quantitative. Nowadays, the whole process is illegal. Morphine is a major alkaloid present in the opium poppy. Effects of heroin on mice brain. Before heroin enters into the system, inhibitory neurotransmitters are active in the synapse. These neurotransmitters inhibit dopamine from being released. When the body's natural opiates activate opiate receptors, the release of inhibitory neurotransmitter is shut down. Without inhibition, dopamine can be released. Heroin mimics natural opiates and binds to the receptor, thereby turning off the dopamine inhibition. Dopamine is allowed to flood the synapses, producing immediate feelings of sedation and well-being. Neurons with opiate receptors are in parts of brain responsible for the transmission of pain signals, stress response, and emotional attachment. Our body's appetites are natural painkillers effective when we have sustained mass injury. This is why morphine, a drug related to heroin, is used as a painkiller. Now let's discuss about the alcohol. GABA inhibitory neurotransmitter active throughout the brain. When GABA binds to the cell is likely to fire. Meanwhile, in another area of brain, another neurotransmitter glutamate acts as the brain's general purpose excitatory neurotransmitter. When alcohol enters brain, it interacts with GABA to make them more inhibitory. Now, brain to glutamate from exciting the cells affects area of memory formation, decision making, and impulse control. The experience of agony can occur when alcohol is consumed excessively or irresponsibly. This can lead to physical and mental distress such as hangovers, nausea, impaired coordination, and memory loss. Excessive alcohol consumption can also contribute to long-term health issues including addiction and damage to various organs such as the liver. On the other hand, the term ecstasy can refer to the pleasurable effects that some individuals may experience when consuming alcohol in moderation. So let's discuss about the MET. MET mimics dopamine. Taken into a cell by dopamine transporters, enters dopamine vesicles and forces dopamine out. Excess dopamine in the cell pump it out actively into synapse. Overstimulates the cell, highly addictive, intense pleasure and acceleration.
Mechanism of MDMA. MDMA, better known as ecstasy, Molly, or one of a number of the other street names, is a stimulant drug that is chemically related to amphetamine. Like other stimulants, MDMA causes increased alertness and a positive mood. But MDMA's effects are also distinct from other effects of other stimulants, as the drug causes unique social effects such as strong feelings of trust, openness, and closeness with others. Although we don't have a full understanding of the effects of MDMA on the brain, MDMA's mechanism is similar in many ways to the mechanisms of other amphetamines. MDMA inhibits the function of proteins called transporter. Proteins which typically remove neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine from the space between neurons known as the synaptic cleft. By inhibiting transporter proteins, MDMA causes serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine to accumulate in the synaptic cleft, increasing neurotransmitter activity there.
Uses of MDMA as the medication for PTSD. Since PTSD is associated with low oxytocin levels, one potential solution is to bump up your oxytocin. But you can't just give someone a shot of oxytocin to get rid of their symptoms because oxytocin has a hard time getting into the brain from outside. It's blocked by the group of cells called the blood-brain barrier, and that's where MDMA could help. MDMA stimulates your brain, help to release more oxytocin. So if you can't give someone oxytocin, you can get them to make their own using that drug. Clinical studies have found that MDMA in combination with therapy is an effective treatment for PTSD, and this were the most through tests we do.
Ecstasy and water. Mixing ecstasy with excessive water. can lead to a dangerous condition called hyponatremia, where the balance of electrolyte in the body is distributed. It's crucial to stay hydrated, but moderation is key to avoid potential health risks. If you have specific concern or question, consulting a medical professional is advised. Ecstasy, also known as MDMA, can lead to dehydration and an increased risk of overheating. It's crucial to stay hydrated, but excessive water intake without monitoring can be dangerous, potentially causing hypernatremia, a condition where sodium levels in body become dangerous low.
It's essential to balance water intake and be mindful of your body's hydration needs during ecstasy use. When using ecstasy, it's essential to balance water intake and be mindful of your body's hydration needs during ecstasy use. When using ecstasy, maintaining moderate water intake is crucial to prevent dehydration and overheating. However, excessive water consumption can lead to a condition called hyponatremia. Find a balance, stay hydrated, and be cautious not to drink too much water, especially during prolonged physical activity. If you have concerns or experience unusual symptoms, seek medical help promptly.
Let's see the case study of hyponatremia. A man aged 17 admitted in the regional general hospital with the symptoms of nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, a swollen face and swollen extremities, a dark colored urine. This case is developed over the previous 2 days. The laboratory test showed leukocytosis 21.7 into 109 per liter, with a predominance of granulocytes, increased level of urea and creatinine, presence of hypokalemia. Lab test, biochemical urine test, presence of microscopic hematuria and positive proteins. Arterial blood test, hyponatremia with a sodium level below 100 mmol per liter. Throat swabs, the urine culture were done and therapy was started with the use of fluid restriction and penicillin at 1.6 million units every 12 hours, along with a proton inhibition and metachloramide.
Let's say about ecstasy. The body of a 29-year-old male, an event manager, the profession, with an alleged history of consumption of ecstasy tablets, was subjected to an autopsy. The cause of death was found to be disseminated intravascular coagulation consequent upon consumption of methylene dioxymethamphetamine. This was based on the brief history, autopsy features, and a chemical analysis report. This case is discussed with the background of the existing literature about the interplay of the actions of methylene dioxymethamphetamine, the hyperthermia that will result from physical exertion as in dancing, in rave parties, leading to hyponatremia, and the cause of disseminated intravascular coagulation. The key words that we have note here is methylene dioxymethamphetamine, which is ecstasy, disseminated intravascular coagulation, ecstasy, physical exertion.
As discussed from interesting Q&A, what do the test results suggest in causing witness illness? Option A, high blood pressure or rapid heart rate. Option B, hypoglycemia. Option C, hyperthermia. Option D, hypothermia. Option E, excess water. Option F, dehydration. The answer is option E, excess water. This is due to acute hyponatremia. The osmotic pressure of blood decreases. So the water moves from low osmotic pressure to high osmotic pressure inside the cell by the help of aquaporin channels. That's why the cell have acids enter and swell up. This caused decreased amount of H2O in blood and the fluid became rapidly depleted. Question number 2. Assume movement of a molecule is limited. It can move to the opposite side of a container or stay where it is. If movement is random, what is the probability? It can be up to 0 to 100%. Thus the molecule will move to the opposite sides. Option A 0, option B 25, option C 50, option D 75, option E 100. The answer is 50. As per given information, molecule can move to opposite or stay where it is, and movement is random. The molecule can be moved to the opposite side or stay. there could be stay there would be a 50% probability that molecule could be opposite to container. Question number 3. Which statement best describes how this molecule will behave over time due to random movement? Option A. Red molecule will move from side A to B. Option B. Blue molecule will move from side B to A. Option C. All the molecules will move so that red and blue will become equal on both sides. Option D. More molecules will move from side A to B than from side to B to A. The answer is option C. All of the molecules will move so that the red and blue will become equal on both sides. This is because movement of molecules across a membrane always take place in a manner such as concentration of all solute became similar on all sides, thus an equilibrium reaches.
Question number 4. Which of the following molecules could move through a phospholipid membrane with the least difficulty? Option A, H2O. Option B, glucose. Option C, sodium. Option D, oxygen. Option E, an amino acid. The answer is option D, oxygen. Considering the size of these molecules, we can say that glucose, being a large molecule, too would find it difficult to pass through the phospholipid membrane, its molecular weight being 180 gram per mole. Oxygen would pass through the phospholipid membrane with the least difficulty. Question number 5. What would you expect to happen over time in Britney's cells? Option A. Water will move from inside to outside only. Option B. Water will move from outside to inside only. Option C. Water will move in both directions, but water will move inside. Option D. Water will move in both directions. The answer is option B. Water will move from outside to inside only. Aquaprions, AQP, are integral membrane proteins that serve as channels in the transfer of water and in some cases some solutes across the membrane. Water is transported by process of osmosis through the aquaprion channel from lower solute concentration to higher solute concentration solvent. Question number 6. Assume there are 10 molecules on one side of container. How many would you expect to move toward the opposite side? Option A 10, option B 5, option C 0, option D. It is impossible to predict. The answer is option D 5. As per the given information, 5 molecules would move opposite side to maintain a balanced equilibrium.